Hello students, welcome back to online classes. So in the last session we have discussed about your Galileo, right? So Galileo was a navigation system which was developed and run by the European country, correct? And GLONASS was the Russian based navigation system which is run and that was developed by the Russian country. So in today's class we are going to see our next topic of unit 4, that is your compass navigation, or it is also called as BeiDou navigation. So what is compass navigation? So it is also a global navigation system or space-based satellite-based navigation system, but here it is developed as well as it is run by another country, that is your China. Okay, so this China has developed this navigation system, satellite based navigation system, and it is called as your compass navigation system. Okay, or it is called as BeiDou navigation system. So we'll just see the introduction part of this compass or BeiDou navigation system. After that we'll be seeing the architecture of this navigation system also. We'll see some of the application also, and what are the features, how it was developed, what are the key points here in this one, what is the different constellation what we are having here in this one, we'll see here. Okay, so compass or a BeiDou navigation is a navigation system which is developed as well as run by the Russian country. Okay, here in this BeiDou navigation system, it is also satellite based navigation system. Here we have two generation of systems. Okay, in the first generation of system they have just developed the navigation system and they were trying and all. So in the year of 1980s the China has built the independent satellite system by itself, okay, for its own country. So China decided to build an independent satellite navigation system in the year of 1980s. Then afterwards in the earlier of 2003 the compass demonstration navigation system was built, and the system has been used for many areas in the China. So the second, in here as I've already said, there are two generations of your compass navigation system. So in that one the second generation of the system is officially called as BeiDou navigation system, or it is called as BDS system. Okay, this is BeiDou navigation satellite system, which is also known as compass or BeiDou 2, which has become operational in China in the year of 2011 December with a partial constellation of 10 satellites in the orbit. So what are the constellation of GPS? It is also 24 satellites. When it comes to the GLONASS, you are also having 24. When it comes to the Galileo, you are having some 30 satellites over there. Now it comes to here in compass, I'll tell how many satellites you are having actually. So but at the initial stage, when your compass has a working condition, it has been operational in China. That was in the year of 2011 December. But at that time you had partial constellation of 10 satellites only in the orbit. Now at present this compass is having 35 satellites. Okay, so the constellation of compass is consisting of 30 satellites, in which 30 satellites are in MEO. What is MEO? Medium Earth orbit, because all the working satellites whatever you are having, that will be in your medium Earth orbit, and other five satellites that will be in your geostationary satellites. Okay, I'll show you the figure. See this one. So these are the 35 satellites as I have said. The constellation of compass is consisting of 35 satellites. In that 30 are in the MEO orbit, that is medium Earth orbit, and other 5 are in your geostationary orbit or geo orbit. Okay, these are the 5 satellites which are in geo, and these are the 30 satellites which are in MEO. So overall the constellation of your compass navigation system is consisting of 35 satellites now at present, okay, in 2020 or all. But in the 2011 when your compass has become operational, at that time they only had a partial of 10 satellites in the orbit, means that you will be having a constellation of 10 satellites. So after that again they have worked on that particular one. They have sent satellites to the space, and they have done lots of operation. Now it has been working, it is given to the users as well as the military purpose. Okay, so the second generation of this, there are two generations. First generation is not, I'll tell about that one also. The second generation of the system, which is officially called as BeiDou navigation satellite system, it is called as BDS, and it is also known as COMPAS or BeiDou 2, which has become operational in China in December 2011 with a partial constellation of 10 satellites in the orbit. But overall constellation is 35 satellites. Okay, so in 2003 COMPAS demonstration navigation system was built. All the navigation system was built in 2003. Then afterwards they have been continuously working over there. Now it is completely operational to overall the globe. Okay, with a constellation of 35 satellites now. Okay, first let's just see what is about BeiDou. From a particular website I have found the information of your COMPAS satellites, because these navigation systems, getting the notes on these systems is particularly difficult. So we'll just see from different sites. So I have found some history of about the COMPAS, how it has been developed, how many satellites they initially sent to the space segment, how overall working will be there. Fine. See here. So this is BeiDou navigation satellite system, so BDS. So it consists of two separate satellite constellation. Okay, see here, you can see I have kept this website directly here as to show all the keywords what am I telling here. So directly you can see over here. So the satellite constellation is a group of artificial satellites. It may be 2 or 3. So here we are having two separate satellite constellations in your COMPAS navigation system. The first BeiDou system, officially called as BeiDou Satellite Navigation Experimental System, which is also known as BeiDou 1. What I have said, there are two generations. This was the first generation now. In the second generation it was been operational, but in the first generation we have learned like how all the survey was done here. The first BeiDou system, which is officially called as BeiDou 1 satellite navigation system, which consisted of only 3 satellites. Remember this one? It has consisted of only 3 satellites. When it was initiated in the year of 1980s, they have started working. Okay, 2003 I have said they have got operational, but here in the first 2 generations I have already said, see here, second generation in 2003 they have started building and working. Now here if you see, in 2000 we had first generation of BeiDou satellite, okay, navigation satellite, and it was started in the beginning of 2000, which offered limited coverage and navigation services mainly for the users in China and its neighboring regions. Okay, this was the first generation BeiDou system. Okay, BDS 1, or you can also say BeiDou 1 or COMPAS 1. Okay, I'll highlight all this part. Please do make a note of this one. Yes. Okay, so I'll repeat it once again. The first BeiDou system, officially called as BeiDou Satellite Navigation Experimental System, which is also known as BeiDou 1, which has consisted of only 3 satellites, which was initiated in the beginning of 2000 and offered only limited services and navigation services mainly for the users of in the China and its neighboring regions only. Okay, then afterwards at the BeiDou 1 was what happened to this one? Now see, this BeiDou 1 was decommissioned at the end of 2012. I mean, it has been completely vanished. So on 23 June 2020, the final BeiDou 1 satellite, BeiDou satellite, was successfully launched, and the launch of 55th satellite in the BeiDou family. So till 2020, how many satellites did China send to the space? 55 satellites. Okay, that was a 50 sorry, not satellites, a 50 yes, the launch of 55th satellite. Till 2020 they have sent all over 55 satellites to the space. BeiDou 1 was completely stopped by 2012, and June 2020 the final BeiDou satellite was successfully launched, and the launch was of 55th satellite in that particular BeiDou family or the COMPAS family. That was the second one. The third iteration of the BeiDou navigation satellite system promises to provide global coverage. Now this one is your third navigation or the third iteration of your compass navigation system, which assures you the global coverage for the timing navigation, offering an alternative to Russia's global as well as Europe's Galileo positioning system and as well as American GPS. What does this sentence means? Now at present what the Russian people have developed this navigation system, which is called as BeiDou navigation system. It is promising that it is also providing the same navigation system, the navigation properties, it is providing the same global coverage for timing, positioning, navigation, same as that of your Russian GLONASS navigation system or European Galileo navigation system or American GPS system, okay, global positioning system. So it will be similar to that one. Or we can also see, in other words, China is promising to all over the globe that it is also, or it will be giving the it will be providing all the terminologies what other navigation systems have been giving. Okay, so this all has done in the year of June 2020. Okay, the second generation of that particular system. Now see the second generation. The second generation of the system, officially it is called as BeiDou navigation satellite system, which we call as BDS, or it is known as Compass BDS2, which has become operational in China in December 2011 with a partial constellation of 10 satellites in the orbit. Since 2012, it has been offering services. It has been offering services to the customers in the Asia Pacific region. Okay, I have discussed here the first generation, right? Afterwards, I have directly told you the third generation. Okay, third generation, that is your present generation, right? So it has given all the services like as your GLONASS, okay, which is a which generation navigation system? It is an European navigation system, Galileo. Then afterwards you had a Galileo, which is European. This is the Russian navigation system, and this is the American navigation system. So whatever the services these three are providing, so Russia is also giving all the services which is able to give which are given by other navigation systems. Now we'll see the second generation of your BDS. That is your BeiDou navigation system, which is also known as Compass or BeiDou 2, which has become completely operational in China in the December 2011 with a partial constellation of 10 satellites, as we have discussed. So this was offering services to mainly Asia Pacific region, means it is a part of the world or near to the Western Pacific Ocean. Okay, but depending upon the East Asia, South Asia, and so at that particular place it is giving you the services. So this part, okay. Now see, so in 2015 China launched the third. This was about your second generation. From the second generation, now they have move on to the further steps, like how you have to first they have given services to the Asia Pacific region. Now slowly in the third generation it has given services to overall the globe. So in 2015, China launched the third generation BeiDou system, that is called as BeiDou 3, for the global coverage. Right, ma? I hope you are clear, everyone. So first generation, it was only the services was only given to the China and the neighboring regions, and the second generation they have given the services to the Asia Pacific regions. Now in 2015, the third generation of BeiDou 3 or the BeiDou system has given the service to overall the globe. Okay, the first BDS3 satellite was launched in the year of 2015. BDS3 means third generation satellite. Okay, so BeiDou system 3 third satellite, first generation, second generation, this is a third generation, which was launched in 30 March 2015, and on 27th December 2018 BeiDou navigation satellite started providing the global services. So when it was launched, this BeiDou 3 was launched or sent to the space in 2015 March, and in afterwards, after 3 years, 2018, they have completely given started providing services to overall globe. Okay, all over the. So the 35th and the final satellite of BDS3 was launched into the orbit on 23 June 2020. As I have said, what is the constellation now at present of your compass is 35 satellites. Okay, so the 35 satellites are there, right? So the first generation of the compass was given only limited services to near China and its neighboring regions. Then afterwards, in the second generation, it was covering the Asia Pacific region. Then the third generation, BeiDou 3, it was given for the overall global coverage. So I have stopped at constellations, right? So I have already said there were in the first slide I have told that there are now at present 35 satellites which are running, correct? So BeiDou navigation system which will be providing the global services, and you have 35th and the final satellites of BDS-3 was launched in the year 2020 at June 23. So it was said in 2016 that BeiDou 3 will reach the millimeter level accuracy also with the post processing. Okay, what we have already said, seen that. So now at present we are having 35 satellites, okay, out of which 5 are in geostationary orbit and 30 are in medium earth orbit. And it was in 2016 they have said that it will be also reaching the millimeter level accuracy, means you will be having a good accuracy in this navigation system. Fine. So let's just see an overall view. Like according to the China Navigation Space Administration Center, okay, this is the national space agency of the China, which is responsible for all the space national space programs as well as for planning and development of the space activities. Okay, so here according to this administration in 2010, the development of the system would be carried out in 3 steps. Okay, the development of the system, as we have already know, they have carried in 3 steps. One was in 2002-2003, which we have seen the experimental compass navigation system or the BeiDou navigation system, which was having only 3 satellites at that time. Okay, the first development, the first step they have found in the 2002-2003, they had only 3 satellites. Then in the 2012, the regional, okay, this was a regional BeiDou navigation system which was covering only China and the neighboring regions. And in the 2020, all global BeiDou or the compass navigation system was done. So I have some more information here. I'll just read it out for you people, just as to have an idea about your BeiDou 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, this is not that much important, but just read it out. The first satellite BeiDou 1A was launched in the year of 30 October 2000, which was followed by BeiDou 1B. Okay, first BeiDou 1A in 30 October 2000, then BeiDou 1B on 20 December 2000, in within time span of 2 months. Okay, the third satellite 1C, a backup satellite, was put into the orbit on 25th May 2003. So what we have said, this 2002-2003 we had experimental BeiDou navigation system which was consisting of 3 satellites. One is BeiDou 1 satellite in October 2000, and BeiDou 1B satellite in December 2000, and the third satellite which was used for the backup, that is BeiDou 1C in the year of 2003. So the successful launch of BeiDou 1C also meant the establishment of BeiDou 1 navigation system, because all these 3 satellites were successful, they had successful launch. So that's the reason from that time they had enthusiasm to establish this BeiDou 1 navigation system. Now on November 2006, China announced from 2008 BeiDou would offer an open service with an accuracy of 10 meters timings of 0.2 microseconds, and it also gives you 0.2 meters per second of speed. So the navigation speed that you have to get is your accuracy you got of 10 meters and timing you used to get in the navigation of 0.2 microsecond with a speed of 0.2 meters per second. So in 2007 February, fourth and the last satellite of BeiDou 1 satellite, BeiDou 1D, sometimes it is also called as BeiDou 2A, serving and backup satellite, was launched. So it was reported that the satellite had suffered from what actually happened. We said only 3 satellites are there, but in the 2007 what they have did, they have sent one or launched one more satellite, but due to some controlling errors, okay, or the malfunctioning, it couldn't survive. So it was reported that satellite had suffered from a control system malfunction, but then it was fully restored, but it was not completely successful. Okay, also we say that in first generation we had only 3 satellites. Now after that, the first satellite of BeiDou 2 in 2007 April, that is also called as Compass M1, which was successfully put into the working orbit. This is the second generation. Okay, where you had what we can say, this Compass G2 was again which launched in the April 2009. Slowly after per year they have launched a number of satellites they have given into the space. Now in 2021, or we can say at present, 55 satellites have launched by the China to the space. Out of that one, 35 satellites are working with good health. So the constellation of your Compass is called as is having 35 satellites. In that one, 30 are in your MEO and 35 are in your geostationary orbit. Okay, I hope you are clear with all over the description and the history of your Compass or the BeiDou navigation system, that is a China navigation system. Let's just see quickly about the architecture of this one. As of all other navigation systems, this Compass is also having 3 segments in the architecture of the BeiDou navigation system. That is your user segment, okay, the space segment as well as the ground segment. So in this user segment, you are having a BeiDou system terminal, a terminal which is compatible with the other navigation systems. So these are nothing but the users. Then you are having a space segment where you are having geostationary orbits, satellites in geostationary orbit. Then you are having geosynchronous orbit also. Then 24 in a MEO. I'll explain about all this one. And then afterwards, you are in the ground segment, you are having master control station, then you are having uplink stations and monitoring stations. By the name itself you can know, and I think now everyone will be having a good idea what a master control station will be doing, what uplink stations or the antennas what actually they will be doing, and the monitoring stations, right? So this is the space segment. So what you are say that we are using 35 satellites. In that, 5 are in geosynchronous satellites. Here if you can see here, this part, this is your geostationary satellite, the green one. The light blue ones which is able to see, this is medium earth orbit, means this medium earth orbit, this is your China. Okay, so this medium earth orbit is the orbital which is nearer to the earth. I have given some range. Just go back to this video and I'll give the link over there. So we had this one, this is medium earth orbit, where you will be having 30 satellites revolving around the earth, and this geosynchronous satellite or geostationary, here we will be having 5 satellites. So 5 GSO and are not more than 30 MEO satellites will be present in your space segment of your Compass. This is the constellation of your Compass, right? Then next you are the next part in this one you are having is the ground segment. So what is the ground segment you are having? The ground segment consists of a master control station and uploading stations, and also a monitoring station will be available here. Okay, I'll explain about each and every one in the next part. So these are your user equipments, right? So the user segment is having of the number of users. So the user segment consists of the Compass user terminals and the interpodal terminals, like where you will be using in the marines and all, we will be using this user segment. So depending upon the particular application where you are giving providing the services, the user segment consists of this Compass user terminals and interoperable terminals. Like these are the different kinds of your user terminals that are used in your Compass navigation system. Okay, so we'll see one by one. I'll explain the overall explanation of this one. See, so this is your complete architecture of your which navigation system, BeiDou or Compass navigation system. So here you are having, these are the space segment, this is the user segment, and these are the ground segment. As we have already said, you are having a master control station, right? Then afterwards, what you are having here in this one, master control uplink stations or uplink and monitoring stations. So what you are having here in this one, these are the users, these are the geostationary satellites. So first this MEOs, sorry, not geostationary, here MEOs. So what happens here, go back to your augmentation system, okay, where we have discussed about your VAS, alright, where wide area augmentation system, what is the working principle there? I hope you remember that one. I'll share the link also with you people, just have an idea. So what happens over there, we had a space segment. From that one, these MEO constellation satellites or the geosynchronous satellites which are present here, they will be providing the information to this ground segment. Okay, so these, along with this ground segment, they will also be providing the information to the user segment. Either it may be plane or trains or the vehicles or the marine systems or for the military use and all, they will be providing the information. So two informations will be given, one for the user ground segment and other for the user segment. So this ground segment will be processing all the data. So in here, the master control station here, this is the master control station, this is the monitoring station, and this is your uplink antennas. Okay, so here the master monitoring station, what happens, they will be collecting the data from the space segment which has been provided by the satellite. So this medium earth orbit, so I'll just show here this one. So these are the medium earth orbit satellite. So all these satellites will be providing the data to the user segment. So here you have got all these satellites. Which satellites? These particular satellites, these satellites which are present, the black ones, or in the medium earth orbit satellites, that will be providing the information to the user. Along with that one, they also provide the information to the your ground segment. So after getting that information to the ground segment, this ground segment will be doing the processing. So this here, in the first step in the processing, the monitor stations will be collecting the data from the MEOs, okay, medium earth orbit satellites, and that information is given to the master control station. Here the master control station will be seeing that if there are any differential correction computations are required. In case they are required, they will be doing the correction in the sense, they first find out the errors what is present there, like you will be having the clock errors, satellite health, as well as the atmospheric errors like ionospheric and tropospheric. In case of any errors that are occurred, that will be rectified by using your master control station. Then they will be checking the integrity, they will be verifying that one, and after verifying all this in the particular master control station, they will be forwarding the data to the uplink antennas or the uplink stations. Now these uplink stations, what will be giving, this will be information arrangement and then upload. So whatever the information they have got from the master control station, they will be arranging all that particular information to which a satellite they have to give, on which a frequency they will be arranging, and these uplink antennas or the uplink station will be forwarding or give the information to the geostationary satellites, and these geostationary satellites again provide the information to the user, the correct information. So this is how overall working of your, what you can say, compass will be done. Okay, so just keep in mind that all the navigation system will be having three segments: user, space, as well as the ground segment. So the architectures and the working may be somewhat different, but if you get one idea of one navigation system, you can easily go for the other navigation systems. But in overall all, this compass is very simple and easy to understandable, because we are not having any n number of partitions in the ground segment, because we are having only three things in the ground segment: monitor station, right, then master control station, and your uplink antennas are the uplink stations. So these are the different kinds of frequency. We will be using V-band frequency over here, which are given to the geostationary satellites, and these geostationary satellites will be providing the data to the user segment. So these user segments might be any users like marines, trains, traveling vehicles, or the hazardous goods carrying vehicles, etc. Correct? So this was about the architecture and working of your compass or BeiDou navigation system, which is run by the China country. I hope you are clear with all this one. So in the first class itself, I have told that modulation technique which is used for your navigation is your phase modulation, binary phase shift keying or quadrature phase, but overall phase modulation or the phase shift keying will be used. So the frequencies what we are using for the signals are your B1, B12, B2, B3, B1, BOC or L5. These are the kind of frequency that we are using, and these are the signals which are given from the uplink stations to the geostationary satellites. Correct? This I have shown here. See, B1, B2, C, B11. So these are the satellites that will be frequencies that are used by your compass navigation system. Now see what are the services which are provided by your compass navigation system. So here this compass navigation system, I have given a small idea in the history of your compass itself. Like two kinds of global services they are providing. One is open services. Okay, these are the two services in the overall globe they are providing. Which one? This compass navigation system. One are the open services and second one are authorized services. Okay, open services, it means that free and open for all the users. Okay, like normal civilians, if I can get an example for that one. And authorized users or the services means ensure the highly reliable use even in the complex situation, and mostly these services will be provided for the military people. Okay, so two kinds of global services are provided by the compass. One is your open service and second one is your authorized service. Open service is free and open for all the users. Authorized are, they give the highly assurance that it are very reliable even if they are used in any complex situations. Fine. And the position accuracy is of 20 meters here for the open service. Timing accuracy is of 20 nanoseconds and velocity accuracy is of 0.2 meters per second. Okay, now two kind of regional service. This we have talked about the global service all over the globe. Now regional means in their country and neighboring and their neighbors. So they will be providing wide area differential service with a position accuracy of 1 meter and short message service. This is your regional service. So two kind of actually services are of two types: global services and the regional services. So global services, one is your open service, then you are having authorized service. Okay, again in the regional you are having wide area differential service with a position accuracy of 1 meter, and they will be giving the accuracy and one more point in that one is short message service. For the short messages we will be providing these services. So this was about the services which are given by your compass navigation system. So just have a look like how your actually global compass system will cover Asia Pacific area. Firstly in 2010. Okay, first in the second generation only we have got in the global area, right? So in the 2010 this is how the 10 satellites we have used, right? And after near in the future, now at present we are using 35 satellites. So in 2010 this was the view how they used to have the satellites in the geostationary orbit. This is medium earth orbit. These blue ones are called as medium earth orbit satellites. These are geostationary. Now at the future, near future or the present time, this is how your compass satellite constellation is visible now. Fine, we have let's move on to the applications where we will be using this compass navigation satellite system. So these are the what we can say applications of your at one glance, if you can say that one. So the compass navigation demonstration system has played an important role in many of the areas, and in that one some of them are listed over here, like telecommunications they have been used, transportation, okay, meteorology, then forest fire prevention, disaster management and marine. I will try to explain one of two because it's already a lengthy class. If it is too lengthy class, students won't listen. This is for sure, I can tell. So I'll just explain 2 to 3 applications where you will be using this one. So as I have said, it will be used applications here. So telecommunication, disaster or forecast or for the fire prevention and all. So disaster control in case of any emergency in the forest. If you had a fire, you have got a fire and all. Because last year we have listened that Australia in a forest we have got a fire. So at that particular times we can use this GPS navigation system, where like this is your ground-based ground segment, space segment and the user segment. So you will be getting the information from where which particular part of the world you got an emergency. That information is given to the user ground segment. Then from the ground it is given to the user so that they can be take any precautionary measures and all. This is for the forest fire prevention. Okay. Then for the disaster control also, in case of emergency positioning and information services, where in case of earthquakes and all, we can use this one. as well as very importantly marine applications in where you will be using ships, large ships which will be transporting the goods and all, or if you had a sudden thunder or the tides over there, or offshore tide monitoring, data transmission. You can predict that if the shores are very high, okay, offshores are very high, if there is a condition. Now every information you got, right? Before 2 days only we are getting to know that this kind of what you can say, earthquakes are going to occur, or thunders are going to, rain is going to occur. Now we have seen different kinds of tufans and all, so that all information can be gathered by using these GPS applications only. Then marine applications in offshore fishing ship controls, where you can find all these marine applications, right? And marine search and rescue in case of what we can say, ships has been, or larger ships or people who have been lost, they can best example I can say that recently we have got a tufan. What was its name? That tufan name was Tokte. In that tufan, what actually happened, 3 of the ships they were lost in some ocean something. So by using this navigation system only, they found it, and they have helped them to rescue that one. So in that part, especially in these conditions, where our application, our navigation systems will be very useful. So marine search and rescue operations and transportations, mainly for the plateau railway monitoring and control systems. Larger traveling of trains in what you can say, good trains which will be traveling very plateaus and all. In that particular also applications we will be using our navigation system, and also for the dangerous goods tracking and the controls. Okay, so all these are the different particular applications that are given by your compass navigation system. So I hope you are clear with the compass navigation system. So this was the architecture, introduction of your compass, how many constellation or satellites you will be using, what are the 3 generations in your compass navigation system, we have seen that one, right? After that we have also seen what are the users and all in that one. Okay, these different segments are how the working principle of your compass will be done. Okay, all we have seen. I hope you are clear with all the part of your compass. Introduction part, history of compass, as well as the working, architecture, different segments, applications also. I hope you are clear with the compass or video navigation system. Video navigation system is nothing but, what is video navigation system? It is a navigation system which is run by the China. Okay, now so it is also called as VDS navigation system or the compass navigation system. So it will be consisting of 2 separate constellations we have said. That is, one is geostationary, one is MEO. Okay, geo and MEO. So this is how the overall China has been worked out, and now they are giving services to overall globe. I hope you are all clear with this part. In case of any doubts, please do let me know. Concentrate on all the things. Make a note also. So I'll wind up the class here itself. Thank you.